Hello everyone, welcome to UniVoyage. This is Aditya Desai, and today we'll be discussing about the IB paper pattern. We got a lot of requests from you guys telling us that make a video on this. So here we are, and let's dive right into it. We'll be clearing all your doubts, so do not worry. So this is a tentative paper pattern that has been followed by the IPMAT exam. In 2020, owing to the pandemic, the pattern had been changed, the number of questions had been reduced, and the time limit had been reduced as well. But this is most likely the pattern that will be followed in the upcoming years. So you'll have 40 questions in MCQ. Mathematics will have 4 marks of positive, -1 of negative marking, and 40 minutes. So you essentially get 1 minute per question. Verbal ability, again, 40 questions. Per question, you get 4 marks and -1 on a wrong answer. Again, 40 minutes for the same. Then quantitative ability, these are short answer types. Herein, you won't have MCQs or choosing from the options. You'll have to type in your answer manually. So it has 20 questions and again 4 marks for the correct answer. The important part is that this section does not have any negative marking. So you have to make sure that you do not leave any of these questions. Even if you do not know the answer, you can just type in whatever you like, but make sure that you do not leave the question. Okay, once IPM 2021, the guidelines haven't been issued yet, but once that happens, we'll again look into the paper pattern that they suggest and we'll make another video on that too. But for now, this section does not have any negative marking. So you need to type in, even you can take a blind guess if you want to, and we'll be teaching you guys further that how to take a calculated guess. For example, logarithms, if you guys know, the answer in 90% of the cases is either 0, 1, or the number of terms that the particular question has. For example, if it has 3 terms in that question, the answer is most likely going to be 3. So in case if you're unable to solve the questions within time, these kind of tricks help you to take a calculated guess, and you should, because there is no negative marking. And again, it has 40 minutes. So here you get 2 minutes per question. Then let's another disadvantage of this though is that you won't be able to eliminate answers as you can do in the questions in quant MCQs and verbal MCQ. Then this is again IBMAT 2019 and 2020 quant section. Here we've mentioned all the topics that have been asked, number and number applications, you can see 7. One another thing that I would like to point out is that data interpretation has had 5 questions in both the years, and this is the trend that we hopefully will be seeing in the upcoming years as well. So 5 questions from data interpretation is really important, and for that we've created concept videos relating percentages, and we'll be creating concept videos specific for data interpretation questions as well. So make sure that you guys check it out. Again, this year, as I said, owing to the pandemic and constraints, the number of questions were reduced and so was the time limit. But generally you'll be having 40 questions in this section, and an ideal attempt of 25 questions would be considered really good, and with an accuracy of let's say 90%, that would be commendable. And I mean, that's sure gonna get you through the cutoff for your IPMAT written exam. So again, yeah, 25 questions with 85 to 90% accuracy would be more than enough. Then if you guys look at sections like functions, let's say, or a high level of coordinate geometry, or matrices, these kind of questions are not generally asked in a management entrance exam. These questions are specific to the IPMAT exam, and that's the reason, a lot of students feel that, oh my god, will the JE students or will the science students do better than us? But that is definitely not the case, and we will be telling you the way you should deal with these kind of higher math questions as well. So let's move on to the IPMAT quantitative ability short answers. Again, you can pause the video, you can take a snapshot if you guys want to. Here again, if you see matrices and determinants, you'll have probably a higher level of sequence series questions here, because again you have 2 minutes per question, so a difficulty would be slightly higher as compared to the MCQ round. And Again, I mean, you might find 2 to 3 JE level questions here, but what my recommendation would be to keep it for the later part. Try to attempt the easy ones that you can, and then keep these higher level questions for the end part. We'll also be telling you how to, I'll be discussing how to, clarify and how to, so kind of segregate questions into 3 categories. That's A, B, and C. We'll be talking about that later in the video. Then a verbal ability analysis, if you guys see, reading comprehension has a very high weightage, 12 questions and 7 questions. Here, this is the 2020 pattern, and this is the 2019 pattern. So if you see 12 questions from reading comprehension 7, this you're gonna get only by reading articles, reading editorials, newspapers. You need to refer to these kind of sources in order to improve your reading comprehension skills. Fill in the blanks is again, I mean, you cannot sort of get a syllabus, or IPM doesn't recommend a syllabus that you will get questions from these books only, because fill in the blanks is a very vast kind of topic, so you can get it from anywhere. And it usually helps if you're an avid reader, but you can also improve upon your reading skills by, as I mentioned, reading editorials and books if you can. Then sentence correction and sentence completion is again similar to what the FIB is. Parajumbles is something that is non-MCQ. That's the Tita type questions, which is basically type in the answer. Herein, you'll have to type in the sequence of your answers. You won't be having any options specific to the parajumble question. And what my personal recommendation would be to keep these questions for the end, because parajumble takes time, that's for sure. And even if you mess up one sequence or just one part of the sequence, you're going to get the entire question wrong. So my suggestion would be to keep it for the end. If you have time at the end, then obviously you can come and attempt these questions. Correct uses of words and phrases. Again, this is something that vocab is something that you cannot be sure what is going to come. The more you practice, the better it is, because there is no specific syllabus. And it's again, you cannot say for sure that I have practiced so much. So the questions might come from anywhere. So it's not that there's a specific syllabus or a recommended syllabus for this. But again, improving your reading skills and helping reading continuously would help you a lot. Then para completion is again similar to what the fill in the blank part is. They'd all obviously, you need to look at the context of that paragraph. It's actually easier in comparison to the fill in the blanks part, because you can look at the context, you can look at the tone of the author, and then make a calculated guess here again. Then again, here 30 questions and 40 questions during the 2019. You guys will have 40 questions, that's for sure. Then this is something that I'd like to show you, that a lot of people generally tend to ignore verbal ability, but you guys need to see that it's 35% of your paper. Okay, you'll have the verbal ability carries 35% weightage. So guys, please do not skip it, because IPMAT has sectional cutoffs. I know a lot of my friends who are from the science background, who are from the JE background, and they have secured excellent marks in the quant section. They've cleared the overall cutoff just because of the quant section, but they failed to clear the verbal ability, and hence they could not get in. So guys, verbal ability is something that you need to take seriously. And comparatively to other exams, verbal ability will not be that difficult. So it's not that you need to be from an ICSE board, or you need to have studied Shakespeare to get verbal ability. So it's pretty chilled, and you can get through if you practice daily. That's one thing which is really important, guys. Then this is the way you calculate aptitude score. So your final score will be dependent upon the you get in the form of a percentile, and if you are selected, you won't get your marks or your rank. You just get to know whether you're shortlisted or not. If you're not selected, then they will be giving you your marks. So this is again, these are the number of students who had secured more than 1 mark. So these are the number of students who secured a positive score this year in the 2020, and the number of applicants are expected to be around 25,000, because IIM Indore doesn't really release an official kind of circular mentioning the number of applicants, but what our application number was. According to that, we can make a educated guess that around 25,000 applicants were there. Now, a lot of you might panic saying that if 25,000 applicants were there, only 8,000 of them got more than 1 mark. It's not the case, because this year, owing to the pandemic, as I mentioned, a lot of them could not appear. And another thing was that this exam clashed with the DUJAT exam, so a lot of aspirants got, diverged there as well. So 8,000 is something that you guys can easily get in. And these are the number of people who've secured positive marks. Out of these 8,000 students, 982 were finally shortlisted for the interview part. And as you can mention, see, we've mentioned the cutoffs. This is out of 240. This year, the total number of marks were 240. Usually it is 400, and this is going to be the case for you guys as well. So it's going to be out of 400, and these are the cutoffs for different categories. If you see 982 students, and out of this, finally 150 students are selected. Okay, so it's something, if you practice regularly, you will get it. And initially that I mentioned, that the kind of questions that you should be attempting and the kind of that you should not be, we have categorized questions into three segments, A, B, and C. A means abhigaro, that means that this question belongs to a topic that you're well versed with, and you know that this question you can answer within 30 to 45 seconds. If that is the case, then you need to attempt the question then and there itself. Then comes category B, wherein the topic is something that you're well versed with, but you know that these questions are a bit lengthy. You might take 1.5 minute for the same. So what you can do is mark it for a review. There's going to be an option to mark it for later, and you can revisit the question once you're done with all the other questions. Then, but B is something that you should attempt as well at the end. C is a chod do, that basically means that you probably are not well versed with the topic, and you know that this question is not going to be solved by you. Then in the exam, you should not just sit and try to do research and try to find out new ways of getting the answer, because it's really, the time constraint is going to be pretty strict, and you guys will feel the pressure. That's the reason we've kept a ballpark figure of 25 questions out of 40, because we know it's going to be difficult managing in that time limit, and that is exactly what we are here for. And we'll be, while solving questions also, we'll try to mention whether this question belongs to which category, A, B, or C. And if you ask for an example, I'd say probably matrices. If that matrices question does not fit into a formula or is not accompanied by a determinant, then I'd say that question usually takes around 2 minutes to solve. So my suggestion would be to leave that, obviously. This, I hope that this has really helped you getting into know the brief paper pattern of how it's going to be. And I'm sure that it's going to help you a long way. If you guys, will be also making section wise videos specific to the IPMAT and other exams as well. We are coming up with DOJAT paper pattern as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the session. And motivation is what sets you in motion. Habit is what keeps you going. So definitely, we guys are here to provide you with the motivation. But habit is something that you guys will have to develop. Try to give as much time as you guys can. Currently, we are in lockdown, so you guys should be able to give more than what you would normally if your schools were going on right now. So we hope that you guys actually value the effort that we are taking out, and please do like, share, and subscribe to the Univoyage channel. And we will be coming up with a lot of test series and practice questions, and the PDFs of which will be uploaded on our Telegram group, and the link for the same has been given in the description. So you guys can follow us on all the social media handles, and do remember to join the Telegram group, because that is where we also post a lot of questions daily, so that this quote becomes reality. The Your motivation is actually translated into your habit, because there, when we keep on sending you guys questions or keep on sending you guys problems to solve, it kind of becomes a thought process, and you can probably get the knack of answering questions in a very short span of time. Right, so I hope you guys liked it. And again, do please do subscribe and like this video. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you so much.